Coach, playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And incomplete to open things up. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Second and 10 now from the 27. The give to Taylor. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
And it brings up third down.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Motion. Ball shot. Hey, check Mike 21.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
At their own 18-yard line.
Let's go now. 15 Lonnie. Exit. 25, check 61. Matchbox, let's go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
It's a party now. 53's the mic. 53's the mic.
2nd and 10. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 82 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first down, here's Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida, 26 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A good pickup there, a 22. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Right there. Right there.
Now it's Jackson. Looking deep for Hilton. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Squeeze, get in there.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. And taken right on the 30. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hurry.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Alpha, it's just me and you. Let's go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
They'll try to run with Breida. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Come on, set. You're 18 Gator. Stay with your man. Rock.
2nd and 4. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, but now it's 3rd and goal.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
53 is the mic. 53. Check 53. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to hard.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show them you have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back. At the 22.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hatchet. Hey, Rocket. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Go. Go.
Now it's the backup, Rivers. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Red Delta! 5. Let's go, 1 more. 53's the mic. 53.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about that little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Rivers now from the 50. There goes a deep ball, in zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. Dumps this one off to Mack. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on 4th down.
Behind! 55, right there in the middle. Behind! Come, baby. Woo! Check, 50. Behind! Check.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Lock it. Check. Ready, go.
They'll toss it to Breida. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
Check on. Check. Fred hand. Fresno. Check 3. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Shift. Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Check now. Hey, box drop, box drop.
To throw again. Rivers. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Black 11! Time to go, night. Load it. Load it. Cluster.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta! Go!
Off the play fake here, Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get it. Tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Red Delta!
On play action, Rivers. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Watch the screen. Hey, Charlie.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This fielded at the 2. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Army, go! Check 37, check 37.
Here's Breida. And he's got some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Check, check. Squeeze, get in there. Back. Shit. Go. Staying open.
And that'll set them back 5.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
We got this. Hey, motion, check. Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now it's Breida. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
15 Lonnie. You ain't doing nothing. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. I'm coming.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They need a stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Here we go. Hey, 79! 79! Small!
From the 27, Rivers taken in by the tight end Doyle. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Well, they can put him in a number of different places. In line, H-back, put him in the slot. In this case, they put him out wide. Matchup nightmare. Who are you going to send out to cover him? And he picks up a first down with that catch.
Check! Round 80! Check! 53! Mine! All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Check! Cross! 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 Shift! Shift! Check! Check 43! Check 99! Keep it skinny! Switch! Switch! Hey! Switch! Hey! Hey! Hey!
On first down, it's Taylor. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
You hey, Delta! Left, left, left! Load it! Load it! Check 53! Hey! Wahoo!
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. He dumps it underneath for Taylor. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Let's go, team. Zero. It's going to be a long day. Check out.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Hey, easy, easy. White, 89.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rivers, he's got Burton here. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I know you ain't got it. Drop. Out.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. They find some open field here. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Slam. Hard. Check the backer. Yep.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
The mic. 53. Check 53. Lock it. Check. You go take. Go.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on, dude. Sponge. No.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
3rd and 4. And this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise.
Load it. Hey, Sue. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Raekwon McMillan drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Pilot, 64, weak. 52's the mic. I'm scared. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
4th down, Rivers. And no, it's incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Breida, he'll try the right side. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. He wants it all for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. This one into the hands of Burton. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number, Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
On the ready. 53, Mike. I'm coming. Gone.
They run with Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
That's it, baby.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
36. Kill. Yep, go. 80 weapons. Ready.
They run again with Breida. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Ready. Put 60, orange. Check pass. Hey. Leo. Kill.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And a disappointing way to close out the season. He got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit, but they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.